Well, hello guys. Happy new moon. It's February 8th. We're having a new moon today. And I thought that I would share, because I'm not going to be doing any readings this week during Valentine. Up until Valentine, I'm not going to be doing any personalized readings. However, I've decided to continue to do some self-healing from my previous lives as well as where I'm headed in this life, okay? I don't have any of my totems in the background. I just have green and red candles and symbols of protection. I've got two ribbons here, red ribbons. And basically everything of which I've basically touched base on, everything I've talked about, even including my readings. I just have a crystal quartz ball in my hand, symbolizing the earth, transmuting all lower vibrations, as well as any hard work that we've endured and really put forth for it to drop to the root chakra so that it manifests, okay? So also I'd like to say Happy Valentine's Day for many of you that are celebrating. I know for my February 2016 cartomancy reading, I picked up that there will be many who, or some, not many, but there are some in my community subscribed to my channel who will be getting engaged, if not already. So here's a little present for you, a present of love. I had this, so I thought I'd share it. As well as other gifts, okay? There's nothing wrong with women giving each other Valentine's Day gifts. It's a beautiful gesture, and it really heightens your self-love and your self-awareness, even to buy yourself a gift. Okay? There is some things that I'd like to share with you, and I know there are many of you who have been really persistent and restless in knowing who I was, or what kingdom was it that I ruled in my previous and my last lives as ruling a kingdom. Now, there has been many kingdoms that I've ruled. If you know me and you've been watching my channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're new to my channel and you have no idea what this girl's talking about, please go back to my older videos, particularly my 2011 auto-hypnotism experience video, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, as well as you'll be able to kind of link in and to see the path of Babylon, okay? Babylon the goddess. Alright, so, because I have been initiated into dark underworld depths of my inner soul, whether it's initiation from literally gods and goddesses itself, because all my life I've been initiated of these different entities, okay, that has been pushed me into being part of a tribal society, a tribal group of people, cultural indigenous cultures, hopefully I said that correct, and their ancient ways of ancestral lineage and magic and going about that, even including mystery schools, of which teachers had a hard time really dealing with me and the energies that I kind of brought forth. It was because they were dealing with an ancient queen that her kingdom was ripped away and stolen from her, and those who are at the top of the chain, on the top of the pyramid right now, were the ones who destroyed it, okay? Now, I'm only going to touch base and discuss, or even bring forth, the two last kingdoms and who I was. I'm going to literally tell you who I was, okay? And as somebody who has claimed the title of Mary Magdalene, as somebody who has claimed the title of Babylon and queens, and not even just in the cultures and countries that I'm going to state today, but many cultures, many countries of this world, ancient. A lot of it has been put to rest, meaning the karmic debts on either sides or whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to discuss it. I'm going to bring it forth. Because it's time. I feel the cycle's been complete. The right people are here to know. And I feel that most of you already know this. Another thing that I want to talk about before I explain who I was, as when I was in the underworld, I was fully shown that that was me, and it totally resonated, because parts of your essence and your soul is taken away from you once you're in the underworld, and or when you pass away and you die, okay? Especially when your DNA has been tampered with, because my DNA was severely tampered with in these two last kingdoms, okay? Particularly the last one. So I want you guys to do research on these queens that I'm going to be giving you, naming you. Now, when I was literally in the underworld, metaphorically, as well as physically even, because my entire life has been hell since childhood. But after I came back and I found out who I was and I did research, and not even just that, there wasn't much information, okay, from at least one of the queens that I'm going to give to you. But it's funny, because when you enter or open up a certain vortex in this planet, and you've, gone through the underworld and you've become aware of who you are, you're bringing back that knowledge and energy and that dimensions up into the physical plane. And somebody else on this planet will be energetically being able to pick up that information, because there's many people on this planet that do magic. And then they come forth with that knowledge, or they feel spirit calling them to write a book, or to be inspired to find documents, or to do investigations and thorough researches, okay? Which afterwards I found, okay? So I want you to know, because this is part of the movement, and this is part of my, me being here and doing what I'm doing, I would like you guys to know. So the last two kingdoms that I ruled was, I want you to look up Melisande, Queen of Jerusalem. And then I incarnated around 100 or less than 100 years later as Isabella, Queen of Armenia. Okay, Cilicia, basically. And this is where the Crusades come in, and this is where my DNA was really tampered with. And it gets a lot for me, because I can feel it in my bones, okay? It takes a lot for somebody to claim a title, because you have to understand. For example, I'm going to give you Mary Magdalene. I cannot tell you how many women I've met, whether they're around the globe, and they've come in contact with me, that have claimed that they were Mary Magdalene, or any other people that I knew, or I experienced, or I saw I was. You have to understand, when you claim a person, a past life, that is a karmic. It's a karma. It's a karmic debt. So you are living in an alignment of everything that's happened to this person. So you become that. You bring it forth. You become that, and you have to re-experience it. And that is why a lot of people who have, for example, claimed that they were Mary Magdalene or Queen Melisande or Queen Elisabella of Armenia, or even, me meeting these ladies, I've met a lot of men and women who felt a strong connection, and they were awakened in these mystery schools that they were part of the Knights Templar, and why I had to come across them, because they had karmic debt. They had karmic debt to pay off to me because of what had happened. They went against and they betrayed the kingdom, okay? The kingdoms. And all hell broke loose. But I really want you to look into these. And there's a podcast on Queen Melisande. It's very, very similar to my life. This life. It's very similar to the fanatical Christians, Muslims, and Jews that I've met in this life. And everything had to repeat itself. as well as how my father was attacked, as well as how my father died in my last life, which where I was put in the harem in the Ottoman Empire times, and how he passed away, as well as everything that's happened in this life. Okay, guys, everything starts repeating itself. Again, I have not come here on this planet to pay off debt. I've come here on this planet for this movement. I've come here to awaken people, and it takes a lot for you to claim you are a certain person. Hence why a lot of people who have claimed they are me have come across me, and then all the powers and all the energies and all the magic that they put forth to become that, they've passed it to me because it's not that, okay? Now, initially, I wanted to talk about Valentine's Day and how I'd like women to become more aware of where they're putting their energies, and to respect themselves a lot more, and to not look for love outside of themselves during this time of year. I know it can get really difficult, and there are a lot of women you'll find that, you know, they'll start to feel really lonely, and they'll start going on websites, dating websites. But I really, especially if you're somebody, like, I'm not going to judge you, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're somebody who's really devoted to your spiritual purpose and path, you gotta have to understand that you come first, as well as your energy comes first, and your sexual energy comes first. Women are extremely powerful beings. Men absorb your energy, especially when it comes to one-night stands and sexual endeavors, okay? If you're sleeping with a man who is not relationship oriented, who does not care about having relationships, who does not care about a marriage, a union with you, you need to stay away from this person, because even if you sleep with him one night, you've absorbed his energy into your physical body, and you're going to have to pay 10 years of your life to remove that, because now you've become him, now you've become his addictions, now you've become his past, you know. So for example, if a man has raped and you sleep with him, you've brought that rape energy into your aura. So all that stuff may present itself to you and your path in life. For example, attracting rapists. For example, being addicted to raping yourself in a form of abuse. It doesn't even have to be sexual. It can be traumatic, emotional, abusive verbally. It can be in so many different ways, okay? So if you're in that romantic realm of I need a partner for the night, how about you just invest in a dildo? No, you know what? This is nothing to be ashamed of. This is real facts. Women, you have to take care of yourselves. Invest in a dildo. Go to a Valentine's sex shop and buy yourself a dildo. If not, you can. There's thousands of websites online. You can do it online. This isn't funny. This is real, okay? As well as men who are really devoted to their spirituality and their path, okay? You need to be aware of these things, that you don't just go sleeping with someone for one night, even if you get caught up and you want to. You have to be aware that you bring that energy into your physical body, and you have now become that partner. And it gets so much more difficult to take care of yourself. So if you are seeking that union of love and spiritual marriage, you're going to have to take care of yourself and romance yourself until you attract and become that other half of what you are looking for. Because it's not another half, it's a full whole that you have to become in order to attract that person to you. Okay? So you guys all have a great support system here. I'm your support system. So, you know, write yourself some good affirmations daily. You know, write yourself some love poems, write yourself lots of good stuff, because you do eventually attract to yourself how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself. Alright, so I'm wondering if I'd like to do a reading for Valentine's, because I don't want to get into too much detail or thorough detail about Queen Melisande of Jerusalem, or even Isabella, but you know, you guys are lucky I'm sharing this information, because I don't usually say, I'll say, like, you know, where I've ruled and all that, but there's a reason why I'm telling you, and maybe eventually you'll know. But okay, so I'm gonna do reading, and whatever reading I pick up, I'm going to yeah, so I I want you to do research on Queen Melisande. I want you to do research on Isabella, Queen of Armenia. I want you to listen to that podcast. Oh, cards coming out. I want you to tune in because the Knights Templar is very, you'll if you look at Isabella, Queen of Armenia, you'll find, oh my god, look at that. I was just saying the Knights Templar. You'll find that this symbol is very dominant. Search it up, Isabella, Queen of Armenia, Cilicia in particular. Mind you, my ancestry is very dominant in Anatolian regions. So this cross, you'll find it there. You'll also find the lion with the crown. This is very, very symbolic, guys. I really need you to tune into that, okay? So, let's get this reading started. Now, the cards that came out are very much in line with Queen Melisande and Isabella and what I'm saying here. So, have you noticed? Look at the way I've created this deck. Do you guys kind of get now why I've chosen these cards? Most definitely, when you do research on Queen Melisande, you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? Alright, so the reading started off with this card, the 10 of Clubs. And if you remember in my Baphomet community reading, all these water cards came out, and this is a card of new beginnings, starting new. And it's also underwater. This card is literally in the ocean, and there's fish floating. There's a man directing the way. These women are mermaids. They have crowns on their head. They have jewels on their head. It looks like he's bringing them forward. However, he has his eyes set on a female here on top. And it could be that he has his eyes set on an ideal or a place, a destination of which this woman resides on. Okay, and these women are just moving forward because this is a new beginning, a new movement, a new fresh start of something that's happening on a global scale. Okay, water is very, very healing, and it's I know I've mentioned this many times that I'm a Pitta in Ayurveda. My physical constitution is made up of a lot of fire element. And the only thing, because I've planted mint in the back of the house, I have to take therakurmin to balance my inflammation. Basically anything that I eat, when I work hard, when I go, a lot of things swell me. I get swollen on my face, on my hands, on my legs, on my tummy. My entire body starts swelling up because of the hard work. Like a flame. You know, like the flame, it goes all over. And my birth chart has a lot of fire signs too. So I find me being near the water is the most healing and therapeutic thing for me, which is why I'm seeing the water is really calling to not just me, but to most of you. It's connected to the feminine cycles. It's connected to the moon cycles. It's a very powerful empathy, intuitive, magical element, whether that's in witchcraft or shamanism or, the elements itself, okay? I find that, for example, I have a forest here, which is so great for me, and if I don't go out in the forest every day, that's it, I need to go out in the forest. However, there's no water, and being near water, my last recent house, when I lived in Oak Ridges, there was Lake Wilcox. That was beautiful. That was when, back in the day, 100 years ago, the natives used to do seances there. And, dances and stuff. But there's no more natives. And, so now it's not the same. But I used to connect there a lot. And so for me, for example, having a temple near the water, or me doing, not even just that, me just being near the water and me doing my everyday work and my magic would really balance out my physical body, because I absorb energy like crazy. And if you watch my videos where I'm doing readings back to back or healings, you'll find that my face starts swelling up. Or even that video, that rental video that I did with the government of Canada, I was so swollen because I was doing so much work. So when I do a lot of work, I swell. And that's because I absorb energy from people, from places, from things, from objects. It just sticks to my body, sticks to my aura, sticks to my energy field. Why would you say that? Okay, think of gold and white light, which is my auric color, in a dense, low density energy field. Whether that's a place, a person, a thing, an addiction. What's going to happen is that low density will be highly attracted to that golden white light, so it will stick to it, it will cling to it. And the only way it's removed out of my body is not even, just healing myself and clearing myself, but I need my rest. And sometimes that doesn't even remove it 100% unless I have a full body of water near me, which is why a lot of times me just being in the bath or taking a shower with the water dripping on my head, I'll start doing natural clearings or visualization techniques to clear my aura. Like I'll literally visualize a golden cup of white light being poured into my auric field and cleansing away all the negative toxic debris and energy and anything from people or places, okay? So there's this really high demand of just being near the water, and this can be a sisterly bond of a group of women. This can just be, the movement, or this can just be really connecting to people who are very much feeling this calling of universal shifting. And we need, if it's not a new religion, guys, we need a movement. This world needs something very, very structured, an organization, a temple, a movement, that it has morals, has high morals, high values, high ethics, integrity, not even just talking about, but dealing with, getting to the root, and really dealing with and bringing forth healing and support system for not just women who are being raped, for not just men who are being raped, but coming into this identity and really building campaigns, how to prevent, what to do when you are in this situation. We're all here trying to heal ourselves, but without this awareness, things will just keep repeating itself. No matter how much we heal ourselves, it will repeat itself without the morals, without the values, without the ethics. Okay? People that are rapists will still try to do. The people don't change, right? Like, rapists will not change. Because they have addictions, or whatever the reason, whatever the cause. I don't want to get into that right now, but what I'm trying to say is, okay, you're healers, okay, you're witches, you're shamans. However, it's totally up to you on how you want to prevent and stop things, and it starts with you. And that's why this movement, okay, and the support system and the support team of having a like-minded and that empowerment of that, stopping that and preventing that, starts with you and a group of other people who really go for the same things, okay? And after that card came the Two of Spades. My foot's falling asleep, so I'm gonna have to sorry, you guys just took a view of my sock. Okay, so my foot is asleep. Oh my gosh, my right foot's going crazy right now. It's like really speaking to me. The foot, again, is a root chakra, guys. That means something. I'm really into like symbology and stuff, so okay. So then we've got the Two of Spades, okay? And it looks like they're at, again, it could be in a temple, in metaphorically a church. It looks like they're at an altar. And he, the knight, is offering or putting forth his sword to the table. And a sword to a knight is his power, is his identity, it's his protection, and he has his helmet off, yeah. And it looks like he's giving an offering to this table. And she, which she looks like a form of a princess or a priestess, has her hands in prayers. So she has a lot of hope, and so does he. And it looks like with these two cards together, there is hope. there is offerings to make this as a reality. Okay? Making this a reality for the future and the well-being of the children of tomorrow, the future and the well-being of our children, and the future and the well-being of ourselves. It starts with ourselves for us to be able to bring it forth. Again, why I wanted to have the red candles and the red ribbon and the red background is because whatever thought, be it telepathically, intuitively, your third eye, your crown chakra, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, we want it to drop back into the roots, back into the practical life, is because when we have a thought, when we have a vision, we want it to come back to earth. We want it to be grounded and rooted so that we can build on that idea, build on that vision. Yes, it starts with the root in order to grow, building a solid foundation, sustaining a solid foundation, it goes back up. However, what comes back up must come down. And today, the number 8 is what symbolizes that. The flame is going a little in direction, so I'm just looking back. So then we have the 7 of Spades, and it's asking for you to do some research, okay? Whether it's financial research on how much things may cost for you, be it moving, be it your living costs, if it's you that wants to live near water, if it's you that wants to be part of something, a group, even your everyday life costs, such as your bills, your rent, your mortgage, how much money you're spending every day on coffee and food and tea, your groceries, how much money you spend on your children, if you're spoiling your children, if you're spoiling yourself. And then I ask that you do research on Queen Melisande and Isabella of Armenia, as well as research on Babylon and the Beast, as well as research on your spirituality and what you believe in, whether it's astrology, readings, whatever. Anything that rings a bell for you. Even how to build morals for yourself. Even anything. Affirmations. Having a book of shadows. A journal. Do research. Jot it down. Be analytical. And then drop that knowledge to the root, the practical life, so that it manifests, okay? That flame is going frontwards, and I'm just wanting to make sure it doesn't get a little dangerous. You can't see from the camera, but... And it looks like here in the springtime, there's going to be a nice party. Today is the 8th. I know it's a new moon, so it looks like this is what's going to be the manifestation by this new moon, okay? By writing everything that you want down, by offering what it is that you have to do, offering your god, your goddess, offering your temple, your altar, because this is really like an altar, offering your altar, your dreams, your desires, writing down, doing this research, doing the knowledge, being able to pinpoint everything that you find is appropriate for you in your path and where you want to be headed. It looks like this group of people here, because this is the new beginning, has come forth onto the earth for a new rebirth and a new beginning to do this together. So this is underwater. And this is on the earth ground. See how that same male is there? See how he's come with that lady? See how that group is there bringing the flowers and the gold and the white dress? Usually I see marriage or commitments or a baptism or a party, like a engagement. And for those of you, like I said, that are getting engaged this February or Valentine's, this can also be symbolic for you that you may get married in the spring, or the actual party of your engagement may be in the spring, so this is connected as well. Again, like I said, this is on an earth universal scale, okay? And it kind of looks like the energy grid of this planet too, this crystal quartz. Wonderful. Do research on energy grids, spiritual grids of this planet, and the alignment is very much similar to that. Just making sure that nothing is getting burned. I don't know what I did with it. As long as nothing is getting Oh, wow. Okay, we have a bunch of cards. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yes. And this is where this is leading to. You see that? So there's going to be a very beautiful temple work coming forth here, okay? I don't care what anyone says. The cards do not lie. Look at this. Beautiful temple work. Lots of physical initiation, spiritual empowerment. I feel like there needs to be a lot of directing where energy must go. I know when you do reading, you do a lot of research, whether you're solitary or you're in a group. Knowledge is powerful, yes. But what is even more powerful is having somebody and a group of people you can actually put this empowerment into the physical realm, okay? This is all very much connected, guys. Then we've got the Queen of Clubs. So this is just linking up. Like I said, please look into Queen Melisande and Isabella of Armenia. And then we've got the Ace of Clubs. Okay, guys? So it looks like we started it with a new beginning and we're ending it with that new beginning, okay? So temple work, coven work, healing work, spiritual work, build up your morals, build up your ethics, build up some ideas of campaigns, starting them with groups or your friends, putting them up on the web, putting them up on your websites, and really believing in what it is that you have to offer this world. Making awareness campaigns, starting with yourself. Walk the talk, okay? Whatever it is that you believe in, walk it, talk it, be it. Everything starts with you. And a group of women, a group of men, women, and children uniting as together with these campaigns, with this awareness. We can all heal when we heal ourselves and we come into more awareness of whatever it is that we want to bring forth and leave a legacy here with together, okay, guys? So thank you for watching. Love and light. Love you all. And again, do that research. Look into Queen Melisande and Isabella and let me know what you think. Resonate with me, alright? Bye.